Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he will deport all African migrants from the country, following violent clashes between Eritrean nationals and police in Tel Aviv. The clashes left more than 100 people injured. Netanyahu said the migrants are a demographic threat to Israel and that they must be sent back to their home countries. The clashes began on Sunday night when police tried to disperse a group of Eritrean migrants who were protesting against their living conditions. The migrants threw stones and bottles at the police, who responded with tear gas and rubber bullets, Netanyahu said. The clashes were unacceptable and that the migrants would be deported as soon as possible. He said the government had already deported thousands of migrants, but that more needed to be done. The deportation plan has been met with criticism from human rights groups who say it is inhumane and violates international law. They argue that the migrants are fleeing persecution and war in their home countries and should be granted asylum in Israel. The issue of African migrants in Israel is a complex one. There are an estimated 60,000 African migrants living in Israel, most of whom are from Eritrea and Sudan. They began arriving in the country in the early 2000s, seeking asylum. The Israeli government has taken a number of steps to deter and deport African migrants, including building a fence along the border with Egypt and making it more difficult for migrants to obtain legal status. However, the number of migrants in Israel has continued to grow. The deportation plan is likely to face legal challenges. Human rights groups have already filed a petition with the Israeli Supreme Court, arguing that the plan is illegal. The clashes in Tel Aviv are a reminder of the tensions that exist between the Israeli government and African migrants. The deportation plan is likely to further complicate the situation. Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has replaced his wartime defense minister, Oleksiy Reznikov. The move comes as Russia continues its offensive in eastern Ukraine. Zelenskyy said he wanted to speed up the pace of victory and that Reznikov was not up to the task. Reznikov, who was appointed defense minister in November 2021, has been credited with helping to secure billions of dollars of Western military aid to Ukraine. However, he has also been criticized for his handling of the war effort, particularly the slow pace of arms deliveries. Zelenskyy has appointed Rustem Umerov as the new defense minister. Umerov is a former member of parliament and the chairman of Ukraine's state property fund. He is seen as a close ally of Zelenskyy and is expected to be more effective in coordinating the war effort. The replacement of Reznikov is the latest in a series of personnel changes made by Zelenskyy as he seeks to improve the performance of the Ukrainian military. In recent months, Zelenskyy has also replaced the heads of the intelligence services and the National Security and Defense Council. Changes come as Russia is making gains in eastern Ukraine. The Russian military has captured several key cities in the Donbas region, and it is now threatening to take control of the entire region. Zelenskyy has said that Ukraine will not give up any territory to Russia, and he has vowed to continue fighting until victory. However, the replacement of Reznikov suggests that Zelenskyy is concerned about the state of the Ukrainian military and that he is willing to make changes in order to improve its performance. The replacement of Reznikov is also a sign of the growing political pressure on Zelenskyy. Some Ukrainian lawmakers have criticized Zelenskyy for his handling of the war, and they have called for him to be replaced. The replacement of Reznikov is seen as a way for Zelenskyy to appease his critics and to show that he is taking action to improve the war effort. Pope Francis has visited Mongolia, becoming the first pope to do so. The Pope met with religious leaders and spoke about the importance of religious freedom. He also called for peace in Ukraine. North Korea has simulated a nuclear missile attack, warning the United States of the danger of nuclear war. The drill comes amid rising tensions between the two countries. North Korea has conducted a series of missile tests in recent months, and the United States has imposed sanctions in response. India has launched its first mission to the moon since 1983. The Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft is scheduled to land on the moon on September 7. The mission aims to study the moon's surface and search for water ice. These are just a few of the top news headlines from around the world today.
Become a subscriber and get exclusive access to our content. We're more than just a channel, we're a community. Subscribe and join us on the journey. Thanks for